So here's a video of my Bumblebee costume and how I get into it. So this is a 9-foot tall suit comprising of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 parts. And as you can see, I have to put certain parts on first, and it's just a case of basically putting everything on in order. As you can see here, this is the middle bit, so all the gears and the mechanism. I made this out of foam and some plastic. I had like some buckets kind of thing, and I cut out the kind of not circular. Well, I cut them up basically, and I used them to make this. Yeah, the back, you can't see the back properly, but the back with the butt piece is from a it's a vacuum formed Iron Man back, but it goes quite well on this suit because this is, like I say, this is a suit that I just put together. It's my take on the Bumblebee suit. It's not film accurate at all, it's just my own make of it, but obviously, you know, we use it out and about, and he gets quite a lot of recognition. What I'm standing on there is, so that the feet are made of, they're like corrugated garden bins, and I bought 4 of them, double stacked them, double stacking them for strength. And then what I did, I put a wooden placemat on top of that, screwed that in, and then put some trainers on each one, and then screwed those trainers in. So basically what I'm doing there is putting my foot into the trainer and doing the laces up. I've done it this way so I can put the costume on by myself with no help. Obviously it's easier with someone there to help me, and quicker, but I can do the whole thing by myself. And sometimes, as well, as I've got something to kind of hold or lean onto. But you know, I can do it freestanding. But yeah, they're quite easy to lift. They're not very heavy, so the trainer's very secure. So once my foot is in there, I've got kind of like full movement. I can't run in it or anything like that, but I can walk, no problem at all. But preferably on a flat surface, not grass or anything like that. But yeah, so putting the other foot in. Like I said, it's just a case of getting it right. I wear the neck piece, and that's one of those foam aeroplane pillows, and I wear like a mask, which you'll see the reason why, so you can't see any of my chin area or neck area. And the beanie hat is just so the helmet fits on nice and snug and secure. But yeah, the neck piece is so I can takes the weight of the top half and makes it more comfortable, because obviously the frame is made out of plastic, and then I kind of like built on top of that, so that can be quite uncomfortable if I don't have the neck ring. And the neck ring kind of like brings it up a bit higher, so when you've got the head on, it doesn't look like you've got a long neck. But yeah, so that's the middle bit on, that's the 2 boots on. Just moving around now, I'm going to be putting on the thigh pieces, and these are made out of so these are the same things I made the chest out of as well. Now so that's EVA foam, the silver pieces you can see, but on the outside of it, that's plastic. They're like very small dog beds that I found in the hardware store for like £2.50 each. But they were the right kind of size for this, and I thought it would just give it a bit more durability rather than using EVA foam everywhere. Because like I say, the boots, they are EVA foam, as you can see down the bottom, and the kneecaps, they're plastic. So I found like an old bin lid, and I cut it in half, and I've used that, and then just basically put some EVA foam over the top of it to give it like kneecaps. But these all these do basically is 2 bolts that I take off and kind of pull it apart, and then that allows me to then wrap it around my leg and bolt it back up again. There's 2 little hooks on the top that hook into the yellow pieces on the middle section, which you'll see in a second when I've got the bolt out. Two small ones there. But yeah, so I put that round there, and there's a little hook from this that goes into the middle piece as well. Just goes into like a little hole that holds it in place there. And then it's just a case of like finding the bolt, put it back in again, which can be fiddly, but yes, I'll get there in the end. It's handy being outside, and I've got the we call it the little snug that I built as well. It just makes it easy for me to get into this costume because I've got something to lean onto and hold onto when I get into it. But like I say, once I'm in the boots, I'm fine. But all the gear that I put on has to be elevated. I can't obviously bend down to the floor and pick it up, so I have to have it on top of stuff so I can grab it and put it on. So yeah, this bolt that I'm doing is a bit tricky. And that's the thing as well, when you're doing it up, don't drop the nut, because if it falls on the floor, you've got to get all it out of it again just to get down and pick it up. So yeah, I've got to not drop the bolt, which I've done before. So yeah, so that's one done. So rather than show you the other side in slow, I'm going to speed it up, because it's the same thing basically, just in case of, you know, just a case of undoing the bolts, putting it on, hooking it on, and doing it back up again. Two on this one. That's on. So it's now time for. Oh, I use another piece of Iron Man armour that I don't use because it's quite detailed. I slot it down, and then what that does, I sprayed it silver. That hides the kind of the side pieces of me. So when you're looking in from the side, it looks like there's, like, you know, silver armour underneath the torso area. And yep. But yeah. So I'm reaching over now for the top half. This is, again, like I say, I used the plastic dog beds, cut them in half, and use that for the chest area, because they were quite rounded. They are actually VW glass headlights in there. I bought some from eBay. Now they're basically just cable tied in, because the little clips come on the lights, and I can just cable, so they're very secure. And I did put some LEDs in them as well, so they do turn on, but the LEDs have fell out inside, so I've got to refix those. But yeah, and then I put the helmet on after that, before I put my arms in. But that's in. Now the eyes on that are basically, I just cut out some Bumblebee eyes, I printed them out and then stuck them on to give it that blue look, because in the daylight you can't always see the blue LED lights inside, because there is some in there. But I thought in photos, if I've got some blue kind of stick-on eyes, it'll stand out a bit better. Now these are the arm pieces. This is a cannon I made. So he has one hand and one cannon, because that cannon lights up as well. I've got LEDs in there that lights up. I haven't got any of the lights on at the moment, but because it's during the day. And here's the one hand. So they just basically go on. I need to repair the fingers on this one, because they're a bit floppy, and they normally have string attached to them, so it allows me to bend the fingers. But at the moment, it's like I say, you need some TLC just to get him working. But yeah, that's the full suit, and I've got loads of maneuverability into it. I can't really move too much at the moment because there's a chair behind me, and that kind of gets in the way. I wanted to turn around and show you the back of the costume, but yeah, there's a chair in the way, and I'm realising it's in the way. So that's the chair. That's me looking down at it. But yeah, you know, I kind of, you might be able to see the reflection from behind, but yeah. The shoulder pieces are made, the arms, so both the cannon and the arm are both made out of EVA foam. The shoulders are EVA foam as well, and the middle bit where the cod piece is, that's foam. But the other bits are just like bits and bobs that I put there to make it look mechanical. And as you can see as well, I want to have the chest piece resting on that cushion, just brings it up a little bit higher and makes it a little bit more comfortable. couple of doors on the back are from a kid's electric car. It's actually a Bumblebee car, not a Bumblebee, a VW Beetle. And so I put them on the back of there, to the costume as well. They just basically slot in on the back. But yeah, it's just a big, got a big costume, easy to walk around in, slowly, as long as I've got a flat surface. But like I say, I've kept it kind of maneuverability was, having the different sections, you can move more, so I can, turn and spin and that. And with the mask, I don't actually look out the eyes. I look out the vents in the mouthpiece. That's where I see from. So I can see with limited vision, everything in front of me, but looking down, not so much. But like I say, when we do appearances with him, he's pretty much stationary anyway. He does a little bit of walking around. But yeah. And this is how I take it off. It comes off a lot quicker than it does go on. Just a case of like having a high surface that I can put everything on. And it isn't very heavy either. It's very light. As you can see, I lift it off quite easily. Here comes the helmet. But yep, and torso bit. Also, again, like I say, made out of plastic, dog beds, and EVA foam. And then taking it out, just a case of I'll take that off first, and you can see me old bald head. All my hair is gone. Making costumes over the years worn me out. But yeah, again, like I say, I've just come out of the trainer. I don't need to undo the shoelaces. My foot slides out straight out of that one. Pop it on there. Back onto the chair. So I need always got to have a chair or a ladder, because otherwise I'm not getting out of it. And again, just unclipping that very, very easily. I'm trying to think, where should I put it? Stick it down on the floor. They're quite robust actually. They don't break or crack. They're quite robust. Take that out. See that? That's where it hides the sides, but I'll just take that bit out. And slide that bit down. You can see the butt plate on the back, on the spine area. There's a piece on the back of the torso as well that overlaps that, so you can't see any of me from behind. Wanted to do that. There's the butt plate and the spine area. But like I say, that was an Iron Man back area. I've kind of squished it down a bit to make it more Bumblebee. And that's it. Hope you enjoy.